All right, so what you're about to see isn't just speculation. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not fake news. It's a world leader in a public press conference speaking openly about a plan that is reshaping the demographics of Europe. Viktor Orbán is Hungary's prime minister. Recently, in a viral video, he outlined a plan for Mr. George Soros to completely and radically change the fabric of European identity. And I want to stress, it's not just numbers on a chart. It's not just meaningless demographic change. It's culture, it's heritage, it's legacy. These things matter. It's the traditions and values that built the West. Those are at risk of being destroyed. And that's not nothing. Let's play the clip.
I do remember how Mr. George Soros published his plan in English in a Project Syndicate publication. It was done 2015, September 26th. And he published a plan. He said that I'm quoting, here are the 6 components of my comprehensive plan. I just quote 2 or 3 points of that. First is, he said very clearly, 2015, that, quoting again, EU has to accept at least 1 million asylum seekers annually. That was the first point. Second, he said, adequate financing is critical. And he proposed to issue long-term euro bonds for financing the migration crisis and the migrants' social and welfare taking care when they arrive to the European Union. And another point which is very important for Hungary, which is involving the territory of Hungary directly into this program, he said that, quoting them, safe channels must be established for asylum seekers, starting with getting them from Greece and Italy to their destination countries, which means to bring them to Greece, to Hungary, and then have them to go to Austria. So don't forget that what we are speaking about is not an accidental stories, not a bulk of 10 years of accidental stories. It's a plan which is going on. It was written, it was published, it's known. So we are fighting again an organized gang called Empire of George Soros, and NGOs, who are just supporting everybody who is transgressing our legal system and our regulation, and financing illegal activity against our nation. So this is why the story is not just about migration, but it's about how this European Union is working and how George Soros was able to captive the main positions inside many institutions of European Union, buying out MPs and other leaders, and in order to execute the plan which is written, and it's against all the Christian and nation-based political forces. It's against us. It's about how to change Europe and how to eliminate and push aside all the Christian, conservative, national-based political leaders and voters from the European Union decision-making bodies. So this is the migration about, not just about migration. Sorry for.
So there it is, clear, unfiltered, self-evident. What Orban is describing is more than a migration crisis. It's an orchestrated challenge to the very identity of Europe. And look around at your own city. I know that it's not a secret. You can see it too. Cities that once reflected centuries of culture and heritage, they're changing faster than anyone dares to admit. Historic neighborhoods, local traditions, even the languages and festivals are all diluted under the weight of rapid, unchecked immigration policies, radical immigration policies. And who's responsible? Let's not kid ourselves. We can't can't blame the migrants. They're just doing what humans do. I mean, we fight for the betterment of our existence. We fight to increase our standing. You know, some of us fight in different capacities. Some of us do more. But the point is, you know, they're doing what I think we all would do too. And so I'm not naive in the fact that it's their fault. You know, it's not their fault. The real, you know, architects of this transformation are those who see heritage as simply expendable, who value their twisted, depraved ideology over Western sanctity and history and truth, the freedom. They prioritize globalist goals, expansionism over local identity. And it's not about fear. It's got nothing to do with fear. You know, that's why they label you all these phobic names. It's got nothing to do with fear. It's about preservation. It's about the right of nations to retain and maintain the culture, traditions, and values, you know, that have made the West what it is. You know, the values that have been passed down for generations. You know, every society has a story. We all got here. Every culture has a cadence or a rhythm. I mean, it's just innate. It just is what it is. But when that rhythm is disrupted intentionally, the consequences ripple far beyond borders. You know, education changes, governance changes, the very fabric of community, the very fabric of the nation is reshaped. And this is exactly what Viktor Orbán is warning against in that video. It's a planned top-down erosion of what Europe was and what it could continue to be if the people themselves are not allowed to defend it. You know, and make no mistake, I say Europe, the video is about Europe. I'm playing a video of Viktor Orbán talking about Europe. Yeah, I get that. But this is the West. This is Canada. This is the States. This is, you know, Australia, New Zealand. This is the Western world. And this is why conversations about heritage and culture, national identity, shouldn't just be viewed as nostalgic or irrelevant. I mean, they are fundamentally existential to our existence. Once a civilization forgets its past, it loses its ability to define its future.